Howdy, welcome back to Yoke and Spoke. I'm Harry. So I'm bringing you the results from my gravel versus hardtail, gravel bike versus hardtail bike 60k loop out at Wallabadar around the Gaspard Road. So a bit of tar, mostly gravel, some creek crossings like heaps, not that hilly, undulating, and a good little test to compare the two. So you may be a little surprised. Let's check them out. Okay, so here we have the summary of both rides. So you can see for some reason there was a 2k difference and a slight elevation difference, a bit more elevation on the hardtail, on the gravel bike. Anyways, what we're taking from this one is the average speed. And we can see that the Polygon hardtail had an average of 22.7 and the Geronimo Sarafa had an average of 21.6. So 1.1 kilometre per hour faster than the Polygon, which, 60k ride. So you're going to come in quite a bit ahead on the hardtail. Let's check out the segments. Okay, so we can see that on the hardtail, Geronimo, I actually got a KOM on the second Seven Creeks segment, which is 8.3 kilometres long, 17.52, so 17 minutes 52 seconds, and the Geronimo gravel bike 22.55, so 5 minutes difference. That's a lot. However, on the other two segments, the gravel bike 7:52 versus 9:45, so almost 2 minutes faster in that segment of just over 3Ks. And then the last segment, which is 15:31 for the gravel bike versus 16:07, so just over 30 seconds difference in that segment to the gravel bike. So most of the time, looks like, was in the rougher area, the creek crossings, where I was able to really fang it with the hardtail. Okay, folks, well, that's my first test and probably be my only test. Okay, so there you have, folks. Hardtail wins. So one bike to rule. Maybe it's the hardtail, not the gravel bike. You can certainly take the hardtail in places that you can't take the gravel bike. But then just on normal riding day to day, there doesn't seem to be a lot of difference, particularly in these two bikes anyways. So, yeah, hardtails are cheaper and easier to maintain. They have suspension, or you can not have suspension. Great on the downhills, great on single track. Gravel bikes are fun on single track too, and they're okay on downhills, but you can get quite shaken up on rough roads, especially on downhills. If there's corrugations and stuff, it can really catch your neck out and hurt quite a lot. You just don't have that control. Sure, you can put a dropper on it and wider bars and everything, but why not just stick with a hardtail then? Anyways, food for thought. And we've got to keep testing these things rather than just going with the bike industry. They're just here to make money. Ride the bike you have the most fun with. That's what I say. And for me, the hardtail is a lot more fun. Thanks for watching. See you next time.